Today we're going to be talking about nose contour on different nose shapes. So I am only going to be using 2 products today. I'm not going to have any other makeup on because I'm going to be constantly wiping off my nose contour that I'm going to show for you guys. And these obviously are going to be really drastic colors. It's just because for the sake of showing you guys on my own nose, that is only one shape, obviously. So we're just gonna hop right into this because this is really hard, nose contour, and a lot of people get discouraged with it because all you see online is people with those perfect noses that just do that standard contour straight down, and you see these like tips and tricks on doing maybe the bottom or the top or anything like that. And today, we're gonna go over everything. So, I have obviously like a very drastically dark shade for you. And the first nose shape that we're going to do is that standard straight down. So you're going to do this standard straight down look if your bridge is a little bit flat. And so the bridge of your nose is this part over here. So if you have a more flat, less defined bridge, what you're going to do, and I'm just gonna use a small little mirror here, is you're gonna take your contour and you're gonna go down like this and down like this. And this is just your standard. You can even connect this to your nose like this. This also works with bulbous noses if they're straight down. If you guys don't have any crookedness or any protruding bones or anything like that, this definitely works with bulbous noses as well. And that is when your nose is a little bit more wide. I somewhat have a more bulbousy nose, I guess, because it is wide, but it's not consistent all the way through, so it's not a true bulbous nose. And then you're just gonna take like a lighter concealer and you're gonna go down like this. And that's how you fix a nose that doesn't have a very large bridge. We're gonna move on to the next shape. All right, so I feel like that wasn't dark enough, so I'm actually gonna be using a lipstick from now on. And then my just regular light concealer, just so that you guys can see, obviously. So when it comes to nose contour, what you guys are gonna want to do is the areas where you want to be a little bit more sunken in and a little bit smaller, you're going to add dark. And where you want to pop out more, you're gonna add more light. So the next nose that we're going to be going over is one where you have a little bit more volume right over here. So I don't have that kind of nose, but that's the one that has little skinny bridge and then really flared out nostrils, just like that, you know? And so what we're going to do is we're gonna take our dark contour and we're just gonna go side, side like this. You can even shorten it a little bit, but we're only going to go around there. And we're gonna not even really blend that up a little bit like that. And then you can also take your lighter concealer and just go here, here, and here. And what that is gonna do is that is going to shrink only the part that is a little bit more bulbous and a little bit wider. So it's gonna match more evenly with the bridge of your nose while still obviously keeping your beautiful natural shape. It's just going to make it a little bit straighter, a little bit smaller, and a little bit more even. So my nose is a little bit red from this lipstick, but you guys will just have to forgive me on that. The next nose that we are going to correct is a nose like mine. And so I don't have this very drastically, however, it is still noticeable. So I have this bone, it's kind of like triangular over here. And so what we're gonna do to correct that, see, I think you guys can see it a little bit better now if I like hold my nose, but you can tell like a lot when I smile, you know, it goes like in here. which is fine. So what we're gonna do to correct that is on all of the areas that are going out more, like the little edges of the triangle, I'm going to put a little bit here. I'm not going to put it there. I'm going to put a little bit here, a little bit here. This side of my nose is a little bit more even than this side of my nose, so I can go maybe more over here like that. And maybe even a little bit more down, just because it is more even. And then I'm going to apply a little bit of light concealer right over here, and I like to add a little bit right here, just because of my nose shape, you know. I do also have a little bit of this extra skin here that I like to brighten up. So I take my white and I put it there. And what that's going to do is going to make our noses more even, more defined, and more straight. So that's really the goal for nose contour, is that you do want it to be smaller, yes, but it doesn't have to be so much smaller as long as it is even and straight and symmetrical. And that's what we want, of course. No one has a completely symmetrical nose, obviously. But we're gonna try to get to as close to that as we possibly can. The next thing that we're going to cover is contouring a nose where you have this little piece of extra, not extra skin, but it's a little bit more defined here. It almost like rolls over, you know what I mean? Like this, if you scrunch and you have this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our light concealer and we're gonna go under, not on top of this bulge, but under this bulge. Stay away from the light with on top of the bulge. And we're gonna bring that light down just like that and just blend that in a little bit. And what that is going to do, excuse me, is it's going to connect almost the lightness, because when something is pulled forward, it has more light, and when something is darker, it's more sunken in. So we want to match this up with that little piece right there, that little area. And that's really simple how you contour that. And then depending on the rest of the shape of your nose, whether it's a little bit crooked or straight or anything, is how you would go in with the darker contour. Okay, now guys, we are going to correct large bumps like this. So I don't have a huge bump, but I do have a little bump right here. If you guys can see that, I hope you can from the side. It's not like crazy drastic, but a lot of people do have a larger bulge on the bridge of their nose like this. And so what we're going to do with that is only take our dark and just go right wherever your problem is. So, not that it's a problem, but wherever that bulge is, and that's it. We're not gonna be doing any light on there or anything, just that little dark area on wherever is protruding out, because like I keep saying to you guys, and I can't repeat this enough, darkness will sink something in and light will push it out and make it more prominent. And so what we wanna do with that nose bulge right there is just push it back in and make it less prominent. Now you guys, we are going to be correcting crooked noses. And so depending on how crooked your nose is and your own personal preference, we are going to be taking our dark contour and wherever your nose is leaning towards. So say if your nose is a little bit more to this side, we're going to put the darker shade of contour on that side like this. So that would be if my nose is a little bit more crooked, like on this side. And then depending on how crooked your nose is, we can take our lighter shade and we can add it a little bit to this side. And so what that is gonna do, it's going to even and shift out and kind of trick our eyes. you know, into thinking that this is pushed out a little bit and this is more sunken in. And so what that does with the crooked nose is it actually takes it from going here to here, because like I said, light pushes things out, makes it protrude, and then darkness sinks things in a little bit. So with that, on the other side, if your crookedness is on the other side, all you have to do is switch up the darkness and the lightness to that side, and it's that simple. The last shape that I'm going to do today, guys, is if the nostrils of your nose go down and your nose, you just feel like it's a little bit long and you would like to shorten it up a little bit. So very simple, very easy. What you're going to do is you're going to take your dark shade and just go pew. And you don't even have to do, if you feel like your nose is a little bit too narrow as it is, you don't have to do these two side areas. You can just do the bottom like that, and that's it. You can also put lightness here if you'd like, but only if you'd like. It's totally up to you. And that is it, you guys. That is like, nose contour is as simple of a concept as darkness sinks in and lightness brings out. I know I keep repeating that, but it is the most important, the only important part of nose contouring. Of course, you need to know your shape and everything, but also, you guys, no one's nose is perfect. I don't care if someone has had a bunch of nose jobs. I don't care. No one has a perfectly symmetrical, beautiful, like, your nose is beautiful just the way it is. And if you would like to enhance that beauty, or if there's something about it that you feel you would be more confident with contour, then definitely do it. Do what feels right for you on your nose, but that is how you fix the different shapes and contours. If you guys have any questions for me, if I missed your nose shape, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will get back to all of you guys, answer all of your questions. And if I did miss your nose shape, please let me know what nose shape you have, and I can create another video for nose contour with any shapes that I missed or any questions that you guys might have. Make sure that you guys give this video a big thumbs up for me, that you are subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads, and thanks so much for hanging out with me this week. Bye!